to have this brief moment of discomfort to come out here in Brooklyn, across the street from our office, and center Black women and girls in this country. Too often, as Nicole has mentioned, that we build monuments is a testament to who we honor, who we respect, whose history and legacy is important. And like you, who are out here this afternoon, we want to make sure that we are building lasting legacies and continuing to tell the stories of those whom we deem important in the communities that we've built. It is an immense pleasure to center Ida B. Wells, not only because of her accomplishments and her physically being in the space of Brooklyn, but because no matter how many small things we may have done to contribute to this moment, it would not be without her and her work, her advocacy and leadership. We talk about her as a founder, an early founder of NAACP, and those of you who know the history and have read the textbooks know that she at some point became disillusioned with the path that NAACP, or the direction that NAACP was taking. And even as a president, a leader within that organization now, I use her as a guidepost in trying to determine if the work that we are doing is too passive, if we are taking the easy way out, if we are saying maybe we don't want to ruffle too many feathers. So she is a guidepost that we should all center on whether or not the small things we may be doing to pursue justice, equity, and freedom, how radical really is it? And if we use that guidepost, if we let her lead the way, let Ida B. Wells lead the way in our work, in our history here in Brooklyn, then we can go beyond and make sure that there are not 50 years from now people still fighting the same fights. And I just wanted to bring our civic engagement chair, who is a diehard supporter, and Stephanie Zinnerman, and sort of leading our civic engagement team in the spirit of that same work.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
I just want to say that it is a pleasure to be here in Brooklyn today, celebrating my heroine and your heroine, Ida B. Wells. When I think about the radical love that she showed after having experienced her best friends being lynched, but took that pain and used and developed a radical voice to encourage people to fight for what was right, to make sure that we were no longer being killed and slain. The fact that she came here and she was welcomed here after her life was threatened, and we embraced her. Every time I'm at Weeksville or if I'm downtown, I think about the work that she did, how she must have felt alone, but she took that pain and she took that isolation and she inspired an entire nation, an entire movement. And so we are so proud of her, and we are so grateful that we can use her as an example to ensure that this new wave, they like to call it, this backlash that they like to call it, which never really went away, of hatred against melanin people, will end. We have to use our voices. We have to use our alliances to make sure that people understand that we are humans. This is about humanity and our shared humanity. And we cannot continue to accept the fact that there are people who want to continue to make Black people subhuman once again. So today we celebrate her legacy. Today we lift up the work that she's done. Today we remember the advocacy that she showed when Susan B. Anthony said, "You can't be a part of this march this time." And she said, guess what? We'll have our own march. So let's continue to lead the way and make sure that truth and justice remain centered in Brooklyn, New York, and throughout the world. Thank you.